What is going on, Dominators? David Dominator here, and I'm kind of upset because I just filmed this twice. First video got messed up. Second video, I didn't click record, so that's fun. So I am going to kind of speed past this because it is late and I'm kind of getting tired. And I don't have time to do this tomorrow because with football and everything. So I'm going to get this as fast as possible. I'm going to try to give you guys as much information as possible. Real quick, I do want to say the camera angle is in a different place. Obviously, because this is a different format and review, I am using a PowerPoint, which did take me a lot of time, so I hope you guys enjoy it. It helps with the lighting so you guys can see me. Obviously, I still have a bright face over here because I still have ESPN open here. I felt like it's better because you guys could barely see all the stats and stuff anyways. Why not just see the scores, the logos, and me talk about the games? That's kind of what the review is for. Um, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Um, if you guys find different ways and formats, and I'll talk about them, like if there's 10 games or more, I kind of want to have like a 3-star game sheet where it's like third. Obviously, the number one star will be the best game of the day, but then I want those other two to be there, you know? Um, and then I want you guys' opinion like after like a week or like after the week, the last slide and like the last part of my review would be like what teams I felt did really well this week, what teams I felt did awful, um, or you know which teams did went incline, went decline, or maybe teams that stayed even. Uh, but we'll talk about that later down the road. We're gonna get right into it because, like I said, once again, I can't stress enough how annoyed I am about both of these videos kind of messing up. So we're gonna kind of get into it right away. Um, so on Monday, November 15th, hold up, I am gonna take a drink. The Islanders could not get it done. I've done a lot of talking. The Islanders could not get it done against the Lightning. They scored the first goal, nothing after. Tampa just destroyed them, just kept them out the net. Detroit lost to the Blue Jackets, by the way, also away most of the time, all the time unless I mess up. The left is away, the right is home, like it always is. This was also the game of the day. Obviously, there's only two games, so there was not really a lot to choose from here, obviously. But obviously, it was a closer game. Detroit honestly had this game until the second, I guess, or I guess you could say later in the third, because then that's when the Blue Jackets really took over, scoring 3 goals back to back to back, finishing, destroying Wings from coming back. Very good game though. Wings did play a good game, but just could not finish. Tampa. Sorry, my bad. Toronto. Shout out the Predators. Not much you really could do there. Predators have been on a decline. They have not been really doing well. Panthers destroyed the Islanders. Islanders in 2 days only scored 1 goal. Not very good. Um, the Habs lose to the Rangers. In overtime, the Flyers beat the freaking Flames, who have been literally on fire. Um, the Sabres lose to the Penguins. Beat the Penguins. My bad, Jesus. This is what happens when you film these videos multiple times. Sabres, man, they just felt like the better team in that game. The shocker of the night, Coyotes just were not gonna quit, and Blues really never got in a rhythm and got into a mode like, hey, we need to win. The Sharks beat the Wild, kind of one of the shockers of the day. And is this the one I messed up? No, it's not. The Jets beat the Oilers in a big shocker game. Honestly, I don't think anybody expected them to lose. Winnipeg did do really good. The Sabres beat the Wings. The Wings in their little home or their away trip, 2-0. Um, and maybe if you guys want that stat as well. But anyways, Stars just beat the Wings half to death. Wings just did not look good. Capitals went into overtime against the Ducks. Ducks did win, but we'll talk about that game in a bit because it is the game of the day. Um, Hurricanes beat the Golden Knights. Golden Knights started off in going into the third. You thought the Knights were gonna possibly come back, but never happened. Never could happen. Now I do want to talk about the game of the day. Obviously, Ducks scored first, and it kind of was like, okay, obviously the second, maybe the Washington will go back. Both goaltenders made incredible saves. Gibson, I believe, was in this game, and he played phenomenal. Um, in the third, though, is when it started getting freaky with the Washington getting the goal to tie, but then 10 minutes after, or 5 minutes after, the Ducks retake the lead, but then Tom Wilson 7 minutes later said no way, scored a goal to go to overtime, and in overtime the Ducks sealed the deal with like a minute left. Uh, the shots were pretty much even, 30 to 31, 22 to 23 hits. Anaheim just gets that extra. Washington won 17 faceoffs to 35. That's not good, and 2 penalty minutes to Anaheim's 10. So that's crazy. Um, but they had back-to-back days and back-to-back games. All these games were all right. Um, the Canucks shot themselves in the foot. 3 power play goals, 2 of them back to back, which basically made them lose this game. Not much to say. Jeez Louise, the Kraken, 2-4. The Kraken have a tendency of, hey, let's start winning later, or let's start scoring goals later in the game. By the third period, it was already. I think there was two. Let's see. I think there was 2 scores in the first. No, 1 score in the first, 1 score in the second, and 1 in the third. And then there was a power play goal, a late goal, which I thought, oh, Kraken might come back because they pulled the goalie and got a goal, but an empty netter to seal the deal. The Capitals. And the Kings do win game of the day. Capitals win back-to-back in 2 days. Um, everything was pretty much even between these guys, except for the hits. The hits were 33 to 20. The shots were 38 to 24. And when I read them, I read top to bottom, which means the away is always on top. Face-offs were 26 to 29, and penalty minutes were 6 to 8. Both goaltenders did phenomenal. Jonathan Quick did really great, blocking 36 shots. Yeah, he did good. 2 late goals were the difference, but this definitely felt like a hockey game. Both goaltenders played good. Both teams had chances. Both teams played their hearts out. They were very aggressive. There was a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving, a lot of chirping, a lot of everything. This was a hockey game, and if anybody was switching through the channel, they would know that. Thursday, November 18th, Calgary Flames defeat the Sabres, and I think Markstrom gets his like 5th or 6th already overtime or shutout, like his 6th shutout. Toronto beats the Rangers 2-1. The Habs lose to the Penguins 6-0. Florida beats the Devils 4-1. I believe Spencer Knight was in that game. Tampa defeats the Flyers 4-3 in a shootout. The Blues destroyed the Sharks. Sharks really just couldn't get going. Same with the Stars, just got destroyed. In a shootout, the Oilers beat the Jets. Obviously, they met 2 days before, and the Jets won, so this time the Oilers took the victory in a shootout. This was also a really good game, and I'm going to explain something if you guys want this later. But the Blue Jackets defeated the Coyotes in a shootout. Coyotes look to get their 2nd win in a row. The Carolina Hurricanes beat the Ducks 2-1, and the Detroit Red Wings lose 2-5 against the Golden Knights. Game should have probably been 1-5, let in a goal at the end, but Either way, great goaltending by Robin Leonard, and the Golden Knights did very well. The game of the day, and now real quick, this is what I have an idea for game of the days for games that have 10 or more games, obviously. I'll do like the star, you know how they do star of the games, 3, 2, and 1? I might do that, start doing that. So if I were to do that today, I would have done Oilers and Jets as the third, and the 5-4 um, for the second, and then I would have Tampa and Philadelphia. Both goaltenders played their hearts out. Uh, Carter Hart had a really good game, along with Adam, jeez, Andre, Andre Vesa. I say his name by his last name. I could say it, Vasilevsky. This game looked like they were gonna lose Tampa. Philly scores twice in the first period, um, and then they answered back in the second, scoring two goals, and then they scored a late goal with 1 minute remaining. They scored a goal, Tampa. It looked like they were about to take this game, but then, with literally 8.1 seconds left, Philly ties it. They have all the momentum. Overtime was ridiculous. Vasilevsky had two shots in the shootout. He blocked them both. Carter Hart could not say the same, letting both of his goals in, winning the game, losing the game for the Flyers. This was definitely one of the games of the week. There's only one more that could probably match that, but this one definitely deserves the mantle. Friday, November 19th, I had a lot of birthdays on this day, so it was kind of hard to keep track of hockey. I had my sister's birthday, my cousin's birthday, and my friend's birthday, so it was very difficult to keep track of everything going on. Two power play goals by the Vancouver Canucks. Not much to say about this game because both games were pretty boring. Seattle scored their 3 goals late, but got destroyed by the Avalanche. Game of the day was obviously this, because I think people would have liked seeing this game instead of seeing a blowout. But now this was a crazy day. Tampa loses to the New Jersey Devils. I always say New York because it's just they have that kind of look. The freaking Hurricanes defeated the Kings. The Panthers defeated the Wild. Penguins beat the Maple Leafs. Habs beat the Predators. The Flames beat the Islanders. Sorry. The Bruins beat the Flyers. The Stars beat the Blues. And in overtime, Coyotes win their game. The Knights win their game. Oilers win their game. And the Washington Capitals. Now, if I were to do 3 stars, I would probably have number 1 or number 3 be one of these 2 games, to be 100% honest with you. Because I feel like this game was really good. But at the same time, these 3 games were good. But the Flames, jeez Louise, Hurricanes and the Kings do win the games of the day because of how good their game was. It was back and forth the whole time. When one team got a goal, the other one did, and it was just back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth, all the way until the end, until they sealed the deal. It really was a great game. The Kings tied up, and what they did all night long was, give away goals right away, and that's exactly what happened. They scored with a couple seconds left. In the second, my bad. And the third there was no goals. And now I think one of the reasons why I would say that this game was second of the week compared to the other game was because the other game, at least, it was entertaining throughout. This one kind of lost interest towards the end, when it was interesting, but it was kind of lame. So, what do you guys think? I know I kind of threw it all together, but think of it, the last video, the first time I made this video, it was 30 minutes. The second time, I didn't even get halfway through until I realized I wasn't recording. So I know I kind of rushed it. But let me know how you guys feel about the new formatting. Do you guys like the PowerPoints? Do you guys hate the PowerPoints? Do you guys think I should change a certain thing about them? Let me know. I am going to call it a night and a day. Thank you guys for watching this video. Um, Once again, next week's video is going to be late. And that's going to be it. Like this video if you liked it. Comment down below. And dominate the world, Dominators, because David Dominator is out. Peace.